Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association. If you have a news topic or event that you would like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 970-677-4119. Today's show runs Thursday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today is April 18th, 2019, and now the News at Noon. Reported by KJCT8 in Grand Junction, a statewide effort to have Governor Jared Polis recalled suddenly is finding its way to the Western Slope on Wednesday night. Folks at a meeting, which was called just days before, say they're fed up with some of the recent legislation the governor has pushed through and they want him out. Quote, "I have some concerns about our government officials and them walking on us the way they are, pledging one thing and doing another," Tom Keenan, a man at the meeting, said. Perhaps the most controversial bills recently signed into law have been an oil and gas bill, a red flag bill, and the National Popular Vote bill. All were topics of discussion on Wednesday night. Quote, "He, the governor, just sort of rammed that right through and said, 'We're going to do it and not even care what you think,'" Keenan said. For some, the solution is to get rid of Polis. They're working on a grassroots effort here in Grand Junction to do just that. "I would like to see him recalled. I believe he's overstepped our Constitution, which he swore to uphold," Keenan said. But others at the meeting were not quite there. Quote, "I'm not sure that I would like to recall him yet," Ed Meager, another attendee, said. Quote, "He has been freely elected within the state of Colorado by the majority of people, but I want him to see things about what he's doing to us." And there are places where petitions will be available in July after 6 months of his term for a potential recall. Plan to double parks and wildlife fines gains momentum in Colorado, as reported in the Durango Herald with a CPW photo. Colorado lawmakers have given initial approval to an effort to double or triple fines for hunting and fishing violations in Colorado state parks. That's part of an ongoing effort to update the Colorado Parks and Wildlife's mission and streamline its funding. House Bill 1026, which has been approved by the House and is moving through the Senate, raises fines for more than 35 violations of hunting and fishing regulations in Colorado, including hunting and fishing without a license, paddleboarding without a life jacket, and baiting bears. The bill also cracks down on people caught camping in state parks without a permit by raising the fine from $50 to 5 times the cost of the permit. The new fines go into effect July 1st. On Tuesday, lawmakers in the Senate Finance Committee approved the bill, and more than $184,000 is expected to generate next year. It now heads to the Senate for appropriations. It has been at least 15 years, and in some cases decades, since Parks and Wildlife increased many of its fines, Doug Vilsack, the division's legislative liaison, said during a late March Senate hearing on the bill. As a result, ignoring hunting and fishing regulations in Colorado has often been cheaper than following them. Quote, "We have a fine for failure to have a fishing license that's $50, and it's been that way for 40 years, Vilsack said. And some of our fishing licenses cost more than $50, which doesn't make sense. HB 1026 also will streamline allocation of money from fines within the division, which has a complex system that divides fines between various parks and wildlife budgets and the state's general fund. Under the bill, funds will largely go to hunter education programs, Vilsack said. The bill has rankled some House Republicans who consider it an example of government overreach and claim it would further enable the division's acquisition of private land, although the division has said that none of the fines help with land purchases. The House approved the bill in March on a nearly party-line vote, with only a couple of Republicans, including bill sponsor Representative Mark Catlin, Republican from Montrose, offering support. Parks and wildlife officials don't expect HB 1026 to decrease the number of violations. Instead, Catlin has argued it ensures hunters and anglers are not taking advantage of a system that offers few penalties. Montezuma commissioners put term limits on the ballot, as reported by the Journal with a file photo. In November, voters will decide whether term limits for the Montezuma County Board of Commissioners should be extended from 2 terms to 3 terms. Currently, commissioners can serve 2 consecutive 4-year terms and must be elected by vote for each term. After hearing public comment for 1 hour, the board voted 3-0 Tuesday to ask voters to give a 2-term commissioner the opportunity to seek election for a 3rd term. Whether there are term limits or not, an election is is held at the end of each commissioner's 4-year term. The election is open to any candidate except for a commissioner who has reached the term limit. Commissioners made the same argument in November after supporting District Attorney Will Furse's request for a 3rd term. Voters rejected that request, question 7A, by a vote of 63.68% to 36.32%. Commissioner Keenan Ertel was critical of imposing term limits in general and supported extending them to be consistent with other elected county positions. He gave an example of how term limits caused the departure of a valued county assessor, Mark Vanderpool, in 2013. Vanderpool was instrumental in pursuing a complex property tax case against Kinder Morgan that the county eventually won in a decision by the Colorado Supreme Court. Quote, "We were in the throes of the case, but because he was term limited out, we lost an experienced and successful assessor," Ertel said. That loss was damaging, and it was because of term limits. Sukla said extending from 2 terms to 3 terms is reasonable and allows time for elected officials to build relationships and momentum to help move the county forward. Quote, "We have gained a foothold on the decision-making at the state and national level on issues that impact the county, and that does not happen overnight," he said. Newly elected Commissioner Candelaria said extending the term limit to 3 is consistent with other elected offices and would be beneficial. Quote, "Every 4 years, there's an election. If you're doing a good job, you make it, and if you're not, you are replaced," he said. "We are energetic and ambitious, and I believe we do have the pulse of the younger generation because of who we hang out with." In 2007, Montezuma County voters extended term limits for the sheriff, clerk, and assessor to 3 terms. In an election shortly after, voters turned down a proposal to extend term limits to the county commissioners. For county commission term limits in Colorado, 9 counties have 3 terms, 31 counties have 2 terms, and 24 counties have no term limits. Other term limits for Montezuma County officials are 3 4-year terms for the assessor, clerk, treasurer, and sheriff, 2 4-year terms for county commissioner, and 2 4-year terms for district attorney. Is this something that Dolores County would consider? As we have no term limits on any specific county position. 2 commissioner seats will be up for re-election in 2020. No word yet on whether either or both seats will run as incumbents. Possibly we are a county just happy that anyone steps up to run for the commissioner position, but that may change with an increase in population. And now, let's take a look at the weather. The local area 5-day outlook is showing sunny skies today with a high near 63 degrees. Those north winds continue to annoy me at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight it should be clear for seeing that beautiful pink full moon, which should be orangey as it rises from the east before sunset. Be sure to get out there and take some pictures and post them to the Facebook page group for DCTV News at Noon, the Dove Creek local weather pics. And then tonight, the low temperature overnight may hit 36 degrees with the north winds decreasing to 5 to 10 miles an hour. Friday again, sunny with a high near 69 degrees. Still a light wind, keeping things dried out. Friday night, mostly clear, a low around 43. Southwest winds linger at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 70 degrees. Again, those southeast winds remain present at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 43. And an excellent outdoor day on Easter Sunday, partly sunny with a high near 65. And you may be able to keep your Easter hat on as there is no strong wind prediction at this point. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 39 degrees. And Monday now, a slight chance of showers sneaks in with thunderstorms also possible in the afternoon Monday. Partly sunny with a high near 59. Monday night, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight. Partly cloudy skies with a low around 36. And Tuesday is setting up to be sunny with a high near 62 degrees. Tuesday night, mostly clear with a low around 37. And now, back to the news. Reported in the San Juan Record in Monticello, Utah, a 6-month moratorium on commercial development in Spanish Valley may be put in place by the San Juan County, Utah Commission. Commissioner Kenneth Maryboy was set to introduce a resolution to consider the action at the April 16th Commission meeting. The item could be an action item on the May 7th agenda. The item is just the latest development in Spanish Valley, which is in northern San Juan County adjacent to Grand County and the city of Moab. The area is anticipated to experience significant growth in coming years, with the possibility of several thousand new residents, in addition to commercial development along the Highway 191 corridor south of Moab. The Utah School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration, or SITLA, is beginning the process to develop approximately 5,000 acres of land that they manage in Spanish Valley. SITLA has announced that a new Love's truck stop may be built on commercial property fronting Highway 191 at the Grand San Juan County line. The current set of regulations governing the development of property in Spanish Valley was designed primarily for agricultural and industrial purposes. The code has not been updated in decades. SITLA and San Juan County jointly funded a land use planning process for both trust lands and private lands in Spanish Valley that was led by Landmark Design, a Salt Lake City-based community planning and design firm. The planning process involved the San Juan Spanish Valley community and resulted in the adoption of the San Juan Spanish Valley Area Plan in April of 2018 by the San Juan County Commissioners. This 2018 area plan identified key principles to be used to create guidelines and ordinances. San Juan County re-engaged Landmark Design to prepare guidelines and ordinances for land in the area plan. Beginning in November of 2018, the San Juan County Planning Commission has met monthly to review the proposed ordinances and has held multiple public hearings, a process that continues now. The documents outline Spanish Valley development that is primarily residential in nature with some areas of commercial services. The proposed ordinances cover residential and commercial development, water-efficient landscaping, and outdoor lighting. Issues surrounding possible dark sky ordinances dominated an April 3rd meeting of the Planning Commission held in Spanish Valley and is also a subject of contention for Moab. In 2017, the county requested that SITLA participate in and help fund the Spanish Valley Special Service District sanitary, sewer, and culinary water planning project. Spanish Valley is approximately 70 miles northwest of Dove Creek. As reported by CNN and many others, Carl Jr.'s is testing out a cannabis burger to stay at the forefront of the CBD trend. The chain said on Wednesday that it will sell the, quote, Rocky Mountain High Cheeseburger Delight burger at one location in Denver, Colorado, just for one day, April 20th, of course, this Saturday. The burger features a sauce infused with CBD, or cannabidiol, a non-psychoactive hemp derivative. Though the promotion is limited, it's not a stunt. The burger chain is using the test to determine whether a CBD burger belongs on its permanent menu, said Patty Trevino, Senior Vice President of Brand Marketing for Carl Jr.'s. Quote, it is something that feels right for the brand, she told CNN Business. We are all about innovation. Food, beverage, and other consumer good companies have been trying to figure out how to capitalize on growing interest in ingredients like CBD. Consumers are increasingly seeking products that offer an extra something, like increased energy or better gut health. CBD may fit the bill. Some studies suggest the CBD can help treat inflammation, pain, anxiety, and seizures. Carl Jr.'s isn't promoting any possible functional benefits of CBD, though, Trevino said. Carl Jr.'s is hoping to please their customers, whom Trevino said tend to be interested in new trends. It's also chasing, quote, future Carl Jr.'s customers that are younger, said Trevino. They are more open to different flavors of products, as well as benefit trendy ingredients may offer. The chain first decided to explore CBD in January after introducing a product based on another trend. Earlier this year, the chain announced a plant-based alternative to its signature burger in partnership with Beyond Meat, which I have personally tried, and although the initial taste is indistinguishable from a barbecue burger, when it got colder and I removed all the accessories, the sauce and the lettuce and all, I experienced a weird chemically type flavor. There are also other types of burgers being made from proteins grown in petri dishes. Those haven't hit Carl Jr.'s yet. CBD, though, is an attractive new ingredient for many companies, but they have to act carefully because regulations around use of the ingredient is ill-defined. Hemp was legalized nationally last year as part of the Farm Bill, but the Food and Drug Administration still hasn't decided how to regulate CBD products. In a March interview with Brookings Institution former FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb, he said it could take several years before the agency fully legalizes CBD for use in food products and dietary supplements. Starting small in a market where cannabis regulation is, quote, really strong, will allow Carl Jr.'s to figure out how to move forward. Testing CBD could give the company an edge over competitors because most of its locations are in western states where recreational cannabis is legal. Because Carl Jr.'s decided to test in just one location on one day, it was able to bring a product to customers very quickly. The chain partnered with Bluebird Botanicals, a Colorado-based company that sells CBD oil and capsules for the test. And today's High Canyon Country happenings. Interesting happenings over in Moab. Today, April 18th from 8 to 9 p.m. at the Canyon Lands by Night and Day, which is North Highway 191. They'll be hosting the Torah, T-O-R-A, launch party in Moab. Following an open meeting that included numerous stakeholders and a discussion with the council's select committee, the LTAA made the decision to embrace the off-road market. It was the Light Truck Accessory Association. To effect the change, the SEMA, or Secondary Equipment Manufacturing Association Board, approved the council's proposal to be more inclusive and rebrand LTAA as Torah, the Truck and Off-Road Alliance. Come make your way to all of the action at the kickoff event with an evening of celebration and grandeur up in Moab. Feel free to join SEMA at their town hall event beginning at 6 p.m. at the same venue. Folks attending can expect drinks, appetizers, and giveaways to celebrate the launch of Torah immediately following the SEMA Town Hall meeting in the Canyonlands Event Center. This is a great opportunity to learn about the Council's latest initiatives and find out how to get more involved with the Council and the truck and off-road industry at large. Then Friday, April 19th at the Sunflower Theater in Cortez, it's the Raven Narratives, the Rites of Passage. Join them to hear stories about the Rites of Passage at the Sunflower Theater in Cortez from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at Raven Narratives, plural, tickets.org. And also on Friday, April 19th at the Mancus Brewing Company, the one and only One Stand Band offers a variety of music, everything from Neil Young to the Grateful Dead, all kinds of funky stuff. Stripped down versions of your favorites with enough drive to get you dancing. There's a $5 cover charge for the evening, and they thank you for supporting local music. And all of these happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with our YouTube channel, on-demand replays, weather notices, original stories, and local posts. To share your event or information, you can contact us by email, dcbnnews@gmail.com, or call the station 970-677-4119. And thank you for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursdays, and then is available on demand online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page. Please like us there on Facebook and share it with a friend. This has been a production of DCTV for the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Thank you for watching.